All right, all praises to the Most High and Christ. We want to thank you all for tuning in again. Just won't be with you long. Just want to make a quick point. This is a quick point using these brothers' video. Happen to be watching it. I'm gonna pass it along to you. But what I'm gonna do is point out something that that I've been talking about and trying to express how important it is, to tell the truth about uh, our, our social status in the world today. We have to explain that because I know the Most High said that he's trying to convince us, and I think it's important for us to tell the truth about our social status as far as how God sees us. Because there's a thing called mirror imaging. We see ourselves as the way the world see us. I see myself by the way you express how you see me. So if you say, "Oh, you're horrible, you're disgusted with that ugly jacket on," I'm going to go back and reevaluate myself and wonder why you see me like this. That's called mirror imaging. That's why that's why the rest of the world mirrored their thought of how we look to us, because they want us to portray that image that they see us as. That's the only way they feel comfortable, because they really know who we are. We are the gods of the earth. So they pretend to see us as slaves, all right? Because they want us to act, because we act. We play the role that people see us. If they see us as glorified slaves that pulling themselves out by the bootstring, great entertainers, great cotton pickers, whatever, great, like they brainwashed our black women to make them think that they were strong black women and they could lift the world on their shoulder. That's to keep them working the hardest of all the people on the earth, the black woman. And so they mirror their images, they project who they see, who they want you to be off on you. Because they know whatever they glorify us as, we go around and start doing the monkey dance. We try to portray what makes them happy. The type of person that makes them happy, we try to be those people. That's why our women are putting on their hair, because they make us think blonde and blue is the thing, is what they get happy with. When they see you blonde and blue, red, white, and blue, then they like you. So we go around being the little dancing monkey again, right? So they know that's a game that all of them see us playing. They don't have to be psychiatrists to see us being controlled by our mirror imaging, because the role they portray us in our music, we play it on the streets. They see it happening. They don't have to be psychiatrists. All they have to do is point out, look the way these niggas is acting out here. They're acting just like the TV of Hollywood. They didn't used to be like that. But so they start experimenting with that mirror imaging. They start portraying you as all of these crooks and gangsters, and they saw that you would, you gravitated to those images, to those characteristics. So they saw that. So this brother right here, I said something about that mirror imaging. He's convinced that he's playing the role that he should be playing in society, and he's on top of the world, and he's looking down on these brothers, right? Based on mirror imaging. But these brothers are about to show him who he really is. Because right now he's in his status. He's a status ahead of these people. He thinks these people are the vagabonds of the earth. He's heard the doctrine. He's heard the doctrine because he wouldn't have came up to challenge. Because he seemed like a pretty smart fella. He got his beard on. He's ready for him. He got his beard on. His hair is fully out there woolly. If anybody is keeping the law, look like an Israelite, it should be him, But now, we're gonna go back here.
This is the reason why I can't.
Don't give up on me. Okay, we're gonna go back here.
Is he saying that? Run it somewhere to Caesar. To Caesar, give me Baruch was
Here, I want you to hear the doctor.
I mean, even in the day of the Son of Yah.
You talking about? You talking about the Israelis, the Jewish man? They not the real Jews. They don't pay taxes. We pay them taxes. They don't pay taxes. The black man in Israel pays.
Let's say the people in the days of the Son of Yah.
Yes, and that was us.
See, he don't believe that. He's astonished. He's astonished. Maybe he haven't heard the total doctrine, so he's astonished. You mean to tell me you guys are going to deny that these are the Jews over there? He's like, man, these guys don't usually talk about stuff that they don't have scripture for. He's kind of hesitant, but he's going to get brave and go on through with it. He's going to challenge him. Let's see.
The black man and Hispanic man, yes, that's in the Bible too. Give me that real quick. Is he saying that? Run it somewhere to Caesar. To Caesar, give me Baruch was
Okay, so you're saying that
Subject
you're saying that they were slaves.
Damn right. Who was it? Who was ruling at the time? When Jesus walked the earth, who ruled at the time in Jerusalem?
The Romans.
Okay, the Romans. So if the Romans were ruling at the time, that means guess what? The Jews were slaves to the Romans.
I don't know what.
Am I correct, sir?
I wouldn't say you're correct, but greater than...
See, they don't. That's something that you wouldn't think that was far-fetched to a Christian if you read the Bible. If you have really read the Bible, you must have read to where Jews was not allowed to, the Israelites were not allowed to have other foreign nations to rule over them, make them kings in their land. He knows the Roman is in Jerusalem ruling, but he don't know the law, the scripture that talks about how, they were separated, Deuteronomy 32. He separated them and gave them their law and gave them their the scribes, the Pharisees, the king, not the scribes, the scribes, the Pharisees, the king, the priests, the prophets. He gave them all. He gave us, we're not supposed to have any dealings in politics with the other nations. He don't know that, so he's puzzled. Look at his face. Look at that expression.
And my opinion about that,
If you're paying taxes,
people like John chapter 8, the Israelites at that time, they felt that they weren't slaves. They said, we have never been slaves.
the Pharisees, but they don't. The Pharisees.
And that further solidified that he don't believe that they were in slavery. And a lot of Christians don't. That's one thing they don't realize. Now, look how baffled he is to think that Jesus was in slavery. They don't make the connection. I didn't make the connection. The Romans had no business in there, according to the Most High and his law, and God don't change. The Most High said we should not be in business in government. How could they can't even go in the temple. They can't go in there and offer sacrifices in the temple. Not those Romans. Not those Romans. They can't come and rule in Jerusalem. No nation can do that. But Christians don't make that connection. So what does that say to them? That the land, the law of the land is subject to whose law it is. The law that they tell us we should follow, because that's what he's doing right now. He believes that the system of Christianity and the system that he's living under is free. He's free. He believes he's free. But now he's going to begin to understand what being in bondage is. And then once you realize you're still in bondage, then you have to reevaluate. You have to reevaluate your whole take on the whole thing of being free. Because you got your freedom from the white man. He told you he fought for your freedom, right? So now you got to go reevaluate. And that's what he's going through now. You're going to see all those emotions. He's got to die. He's going to be a death. He's going to die to his belief. and he's going to be wandering in the wilderness, wondering what should he believe. Then he's going to have to be rescued and saved. His guy's going to have to rescue him because he's going to cut him off from that fake belief, from that false belief. You're going to see it all in his face, man. Let's see if you can see it.
The Pharisees were trying to trick up Jesus in all his teachings, and they said they were never slaves.
But that wasn't simply the Pharisees speaking.
But the Sadducees, the Pharisees, yeah, but they were slaves. They just don't believe because they don't believe in a regeneration. They didn't believe in it.
Because the text at the time, when we look back at John chapter 8 in that discourse, it says the Jews who believed on him up until that point.
Yeah.
Until he started rebuking their evil ways
Because
and they wanted to kill him.
Because they were evil.
But nevertheless, they were recognized as Jews.
Yes, because they were Jews.
He still don't understand what he just said. He's still not getting it all. He's still trying to justify Christianity and the doctrine that Christ came for everybody. He's justifying it. He hasn't even thought about the stuff that he's saying. It makes no sense. It don't connect with anything, any of the subject matter talk that the points that they're trying to reach.
Of course they were. You can't stop being a Jew. A Jew is the bloodline. You can't stop being.
My simple point is they didn't feel that they were slaves. They weren't claiming enslavement.
See, now that's his whole point. I told you. That's his whole point is he don't feel just because you're under somebody else's government, you're a slave. You assimilated into the customs. They let you come and go like you want. You can make your money. You can act like one of their systems, one of their citizens. The same way with the Americans today, our people, as long as they can worship Christianity is the freest religion. It's one of the religions you can just do whatever you want and nobody's going to judge you. You know, you're free in America. In other words, they tell you you're free in America. But for an Israelite, he's waddling in the pig pen. For an Israelite to say you're free, you are the prodigal son in the pig pen. And all you have to do, get up and come back to your inheritance, to the Most High, to your people. I'm not an Israelite. He says your bloodline. You can't say you're not an Israelite. You don't understand. Yeah, I understand. I ain't no Israelite. I believe in this. I'm the pig pen man. Okay. Pig pen man. Let's see.
It's not right for us. 4,000 years removed from the point to claim them to enslavement when they, being under their very conditions, did not feel that they were enslaved. That's overreaching.
But just because you feel something doesn't mean it's true. You felt you weren't a slave, but
all I'm saying is it's not right for us to speak to another person's reality when they say different.
Well,
see how that is? You see how that is? He said, I can be an individual. I can go and choose my own way of thinking. I can choose my own. I can be self-willed. You might feel like you're in slavery. I don't have to be an Israelite. I can just I'd rather be a Gentile. Leave me alone. Let me be a Gentile. If I don't have to think about these laws and think about who I am as an Israelite, what my obligation is, my duty of man, my duty as a man, God's chosen people on the earth. If I choose not to think about that, then I don't have to. That's simple as that. I'm free. Let's see.
Jesus did, so why can't we? I'm supposed to be Christ-like, am I not?
What did he say specifically pertaining to that point?
Can we get the account? Get it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 17. And
You got a photographer on you?
24.
Get it in here.
And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, Doth not your master pay tribute? He said,
watch this. The man, he's got ears, man. He's listening. He just thinks he knows. He's deceived. A lot of our Christians are deceived, but they want to be right. You saw his expressions. He was confident. He was sure. Now check out this expression that he's about to show you. This microcosmo expression, lie detector thing I've been showing you. Check out his expressions and see, are these the right expressions to have for a person who's reading that he is the greatest person on the earth, according to the Most High.
Yes. And when he was coming to the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, What thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of the strangers? Peter said unto him, Of strangers. Jesus said unto him, Then are the children free?
Are they free? If they're paying tribute money to their
Oh, look. That spirit is on him, man. The Holy Spirit is on him. Them words got life in them. They own him, man. He's not confident no more. He's not fully confident that this thing, the way he's thinking about God is right. He's confounded. He's got the spirit of God in him. That's where you should be. When you hear the truth, you should be broken down in conflict, cognitive distance. And he's shedding away that Stockholm syndrome. It's beginning to shed. It's going to fall off of. See how it's falling off of him? It's falling off of him. That's where it's supposed to fall off of you when you hear the truth, if you are the chosen.
to their masters. Are they free? Let's keep going.
Did you see that? Let me just look at their face a little bit when he raised his head.
Are they free? If they're paying tribute money to their masters, are they free?
Look, he raised his eyes, man. He's like, man, I ain't the kind of guy that just go on and lie and say I believe something I don't. If the truth come out and I've been wrong, I'm not gonna just argue. That's where your spirit is supposed to be when you hear the truth. That's where your spirit, he's pricked in his heart, man. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Let's keep going.
Verse 27.
Come on.
Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go down to the sea, and cast an hook, and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his...
Never in there. Get it in John 8. Get it in John 8. He said in John 8. When it said you don't feel like we're slaves. Give me this real quick. Turn it over.
Rule 13 and 3.
Rule 3 and 8. Hold on.
Okay.
You find that. Read this.
This is Baruch 3 and 8.
The book of Baruch, right? Right? Yes, sir. Baruch. Look what Baruch said. Go ahead.
Behold, we are yet this day,
Even in his time. Go ahead.
in our captivity,
So they in slavery. Captivity, they in slavery. Go ahead.
where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subjected
And to be subjected to
payment.
to what?
To payment.
So paying taxes, you a slave.
Right.
You paying taxes, you a slave. Because you have owners. Someone's owning you, and you have to pay them. And also, that's also what you call, you can commit usury on another nation. Like when you go to Deuteronomy 23, or also I think it's Leviticus 25 also tells you too that you can commit usury on other nations, but not each other. So if another nation is doing that to you, you're a slave to that people. They conquer you because guess what? Who was ruling Jerusalem at the time? The Romans. Why was Cornelius called? Why was Cornelius in the Roman army? Because he was a slave to them. So he went and fought in their army. The same how the Civil War, they had Native Indians fighting in their war, had nothing to do with them. But they was promised
Wait, man. We got to look at this cat's face, man. This
they
is beautiful.
conquer you because guess what? Who was ruling Jerusalem at the time? The Romans.
That's a good point.
Why was Cornelius called? Why was Cornelius in the Roman army? Because he was a slave to them.
Beautiful.
So he went and fought in their army. The same how the Civil War, they had Native Indians fighting in their war, had nothing to do with them. But they was...
Look, the argument gonna stop. The wisdom gonna come back. That's the way it's supposed to be. You ain't supposed to give me, go, stop, y'all fighting now. Stop, wait a minute, that's too much. I'm too old, I'm too young. I don't want to hear the truth. No, throwing tantrums, ready to jump on some of your family members. They just trying to pull you out of the fire. This is the spirit you're supposed to have, this brother. That's a real man with ears, man. That's a man with ears. That's a godly man with ears, man. These brothers are dynamic. They're preaching that truth, man. That brother raised a good point. And my point is, look what him finding out that he was a slave. Like Harriet Tubman said, if whether she's real or not, she said something. She could have saved more if they had knew that they were slaves. They thought they was free. They thought the master loved them. They was full of Stockholm syndrome. So if we go back, he said something, look what they did to Native American Indians. What you mean? This wasn't a Native American Indians' land. They were part of the 12 tribes. If this is not all the 12 tribes' land, then it can't be the Native American Indian land. You can't say this ain't our home. It ain't the Native Americans' land either then, right? They were part of the 12 tribes, right? It really ain't those Native Americans. They are not the first people. But the 12 tribes, this is their land. You can't say this is Gad and Issachar's land if you don't say this land belonged to the whole 12 tribes. They were taken from their land down south. And now the offspring is forcing their way back up here across the border, and we fighting them, not knowing that that's a blessing of the Most High. Whether they light-skinned, dark-skinned, brown-skinned, white-skinned, they say they are native. They say they are the slaves' children. Okay? So this is what I'm telling you. Teach civics. Go back and teach the slave trade right. Teach. This is all of the whole 12 tribes. We can all claim it. We can all gather back together. Smoother. It would be a smoother transition. They will feel more safe if they can come in knowing that this is their land. They were the 12 tribes. Well, y'all teaching it. Y'all got them scared to death. And y'all doing white supremacy a service. All right, Israel, come back together, man. Get this thing right. Just doing all I can, screaming in the wilderness, man. Y'all downloading the video, don't want to give me a thumbs up. You downloading the video and going to try and find ways to slow down the gathering process. Because I'm pretty sure all y'all prophets see it. You see what it means. You see the negative effect of us thinking that we are all right in America, that we are not, some of us ain't got it so bad, that some of us ain't slaves. It's just if you got the slave mentality, you a slave. You see what Christ left the wheat and the tare in here, what he put that out there for, what he put out, the secret treaty of Verona, what he put us being free, what everywhere we step our feet is ours, gathering up and coming out. We got to come out. As we gather up, we got to gather up first, then we'll come out better. Y'all keeping us separate. So you got to start teaching this truth, man, so we can get out of here. So our women can come back in their right minds and help us get out of here. Look how Geno Jenkins gathered up all them people in one place. So all the Christians and gathered with him. And he teaching half of the truth. Just teach the truth, man. Teach, because a lot of those people are educated. They know that the way y'all teaching the slave trade ain't right. And they thinking if y'all go crazy and don't want to straighten that out, if y'all that messed up, y'all might be Jim Jones down the road. So they're not going to follow y'all weird dudes out, man. All praise to the Most High.